Thought I'd jump out onto the local and go and chase some flathead. Got a couple of plastics, just going to flick them around and see how we go. Let's see what's in store. I'm Paul Breheny and welcome to Real Bites Australia. Finally got one, guys. Finally. All that time. Probably not big enough. Flatty, I think. Took a while. Oh yeah, no, he's all right. He's a good fish. I have to take my time with this guy. I'm only on 8 pound leader, I think. Pays off. I just knew they'd come on about this time. Let's get him tired before I can get him in. He's not huge. Still a nice fish though. As you can see, in he comes. Beautiful. You just take your time with him. He's a beauty. Got to be happy with him. Oh, and there you go. There we go, guys. Hot prawn comes straight out of him. So I'm happy about that. He's coming home for tea. He'd be close to, I'd say up in the 50s, high 50s, maybe 60. Good fish. I'll just say it. Got the light behind me, so he's a beautiful fish. He'd be up around about 50, 58, I'd say. I've not measured him yet. We'll get the mat out and give him a measure with him, especially right at the end of the day, just as that sun's starting to set. Yeah. Ooh, hold on. He is 58, and I didn't even measure him. I'm telling him he's a crocodile. There we go. Well, that's with the old flatty finger that I got on there. Otherwise, he'd rip my hands to bits. He's coming home. I'm going to brain spike him, get him in my bag of ice that I brought with me, and it'll be a great feed. And I might even char grill this one. Beautiful. He's got a little bit of line wrap around him. As you can see, he's got line wrap around his tail. Been caught before. I'll get him in my bag. But absolutely wrapped with that. It's only taken me 3 hours to get a decent fish. Just 3 hours. But I knew this is the right tide now. And yeah, beautiful. 1/8 of an ounce on the jig head too. And Vanfords are my favourite reel. I've got 2 of them. Had them for ages. Spray them off at the end of the day and oil them up, look after them. Methods with the holts. I just flick him out, watch your braid, wind your braid in, keep in contact with your braid. Keep an eye on your braid. Once it hits the bottom, it's just a few lifts. Sometimes I'll hold it up in the air a little bit longer and pull it slowly towards me, but I want it to contact the bottom. The way I caught that last flathead, and I'll show you the technique. So straight out, as far as you can, wind in the slack, and I just give it a few flicks up with a little wind as well. But it always has to touch the bottom again. But I mix it up constantly. Sometimes I'll just lift the rod up and just bring it really slowly along the bottom. Or if I'm over weed, I'll hold it higher. You put it in front of a flathead's face, most of the time they'll hit it. Anything that's moving. Okay guys, I'll see you back at home from work, and that's why I've got the chef's uniform on. A few new dishes that I'm going to try and do when I'm on the road, camping and stuff like that. So just getting the old fire pit going at the moment. So I've deboned it and fire this up, get the coals going, and then I'll give you a bit of feedback on what I think about it, and let's do it. Wood charcoal that I'm going to throw on there now. I want this to get a nice smoky sort of a flavour. Bit of a messy job, and hopefully it'll come down and we can char grill that fish. Actual flathead that I've been aging in the fridge. This is him. This is the one I got on Sunday. You can see, and it's nice and dry. Skin's nice and dry. I like the flatty and also bled it when I was on the river. And what I've done also is taken all the bones out, butterflied it, but round the wings I actually deboned the wings. I'll just lift it up and give you a bit of a angle so you can have a look. So this is the flesh on the bottom, white flesh. Pressed it a little bit too so that I get like an even cooking. I'll burn that off and then I'll clean it down because I want to sort of get it nice and cured. When I say cured, I mean I want to try and get it non-stick. All stainless steel, so I'm happy with that. And what it is, it comes in heights as well. Control the heat a little bit better. And this is great too. So this just slots in like that. So what I've got in here is we've got some orange juice, a little bit of lemon juice. So 1 lemon, orange, some garlic, chili, and olive oil. That's about it really. I baste the fish with this, with the skin side down for at least probably around about 80% of the way. Hopefully she opens up and she doesn't stick too much. And I think that's a bit of the secret. When we're in the kitchen, the old kookaburras going for it at the moment, laughing at me, probably because they know that my fish will probably stick. But yeah, so yeah, when we're in the kitchen, that's what I normally do is I wipe down them grill plates with a very, very dry cloth, a big thick cloth. Heat it right up so all the carbon sort of comes off. And then I rub it all off. And then I use a little paintbrush as well. So I have a paintbrush even with my barbecue. So once I've rubbed it off, just to get rid of all them little bits of, and just give it a little brush off. And I never find anything sticks too much when it's like that. I reckon the grill's just right now. Very lightly oiled, this lightly. And then we're just gonna pop that on like so. And I want it to cook slowly at first. Seems to be pretty good at the moment. And then I'll give it a little bit of a baste, just to get that little bit of a smoky flavor. We don't want to flare up. The last thing I want is a flare up, because when it flares up, you get a lot of carbon and it's not good. It's a bit carcinogenic, you know? It's a big word for me, that, carcinogenic. I'm just gonna cook it really, really slowly. Just sort of mop this on there. As you can see, we're not getting any flare-ups because I've lifted this nice and high. Get used to that and you get to flare up. It's not too bad. So that's what I want, just little puffs of smoke coming up. Not tonight. You know what, I can feel a drop of rain. We've had so much rain on the coast, so I'm feeling a little drop of rain at the moment. I don't think we're going to get much anyway. But yeah, this is my favourite type of cooking, this slow cooking over coals and stuff like that. It's just not like cooking like it is at work. It's, I don't know, I just really enjoy it. It's a bit of a challenge because it's, you know, you're using the hot coals and I don't know, it just doesn't feel like work. No stress, take your time, have a couple of beers, relax and chill out. Just love it. Okay, so it's time to take her off. It didn't take that long actually. I was expecting it to take a little bit longer. So yeah, it was great. We can get her off without breaking it all up and making a mess, eh? So we'll take it off now. Just like give it a bit of a tap. Throw that tap on this side. She's gonna come off easy. Beautiful. Okay, this is the fun part. This guy onto the plate. I'll get my spatula and we'll get her on there. Okay. So on with my flathead. This is the hardest bit. I think I need another. Just slip her on, slide her underneath. The meat, how tender the meat is. This meat is just absolutely beautiful. It really is absolutely amazing. Totally different flavour. Got a little bit of that smoky flavour, a little bit of that. The orange juice I can pick up on a little bit too, that sugary sort of sweetness. Now I'm going to throw some chips on this plate. I'm going to eat this all to myself. Unfortunately, my wife's down doing stock takedown at BCF at the moment. Poor girl. So yeah, it works. There's a few things I need to adjust. Got to get myself a couple of those big spatulas to get it off the grill. But absolutely over the moon about that. That is really, really nice. So yeah, never mind. I put in the hard work to get it. It took me 3 hours to catch this bloody fish. We'll see you next time. You might get some if you're good, but only if you're good. Might give you a bit of skin, okay? But you've both got to be good. What I love about this is no balance.